kitchen. You all, I am making a tenderloin, wrapped bacon tenderloin, and I'm going to show you just exactly how easy it is to clean, slice, dice, wrap that thing up and have a very delicious meal. So you all who are new to my channel, welcome in, welcome in. I'm glad to have you here in the kitchen with me and making delicious meals. So you guys, this is how we are going to flip our meat over, and we're going to clean the back. We're going to clean it by removing most of that fat. I don't like a lot of fat on my meat, so I try as best as I can. I'm not a professional butcher, but I do the best I can to remove that fat from the back of this meat so that we can have a nice clean cut, and also just render just a little bit of the fat, because that adds that extra flavor when you put that seasoning on top of it and you begin to sear it. So in this method, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sear the meat after we get it nice and trimmed, and removing, like I said, majority of that fat, because we don't want that excess oil and everything. Just a little bit, just to get the pan going, because besides, we are going to wrap it also with the bacon. So that is another extra level of oil that we'll have for our cooking process. So we're just gently removing the fat, like I said, as much as we can, as much as possible. So to execute this method, you would need yourself a very good sharp knife. And of course, in all things, be very mindful of when you use these sharp objects for my beginner cooks. Alright, so now I'm measuring out how wide, how many inches I want to cut my tenderloin. So I decided to go with about a 1.5 inch cut. I think that would do just fine. Not very thin slices, but enough to have nice sizable slices that would make this dish a very delectable dish, so that we can enjoy and cut into. It's almost like cutting into a steak, so to say. So this is the method, and how easy it is just to, you know, slice up this tenderloin, a whole tenderloin, and cut it into what we are known in the grocery stores as boneless pork chops. So that's what we're looking at. But like I said, this is a very delicious, and I'm counting out how many slices I cut. So that's about 10 pieces that I cut. And so now I'm going to use a little base, and don't worry about the mustard taste, because you will not taste it after you have applied your seasoning, your desired seasoning. So what I'm doing is just rubbing it gently across the meat, just a little bit, not much, just a little bit, and it's enough to cover all sides of the meat and the amount that you're making. And like I said, once again, you will not taste the mustard. You will only taste the flavor, the seasoning that you put on there. The mustard is acting as a binder that will bind the seasoning that you put on there. And of course, you will rinse your meat, wash your meat, and pat dry as much as you can, like you saw at the beginning. You know, pat dry before we started to remove the fat and trimming it. So here it is. I am executing, putting the bacon, wrapping the bacon around. It's almost like doing a filet mignon. If you have ever seen a filet mignon and how it's wrapped delicately with the breading or the coating that goes around that filet mignon. But I want to say, does it wrap in some type of pastry, the filet mignon? And if I'm wrong, I'm going to look it up so I can give you the direct answer to that. Anyway, again, if you are enjoying this video so far, beyond me rambling about filet mignons, give me a thumbs up, y'all, and share, like, share, and subscribe. Alright, so like I said, it is very simple, very easy, no complication in the kitchen when it comes to doing these recipes. And like I said, this is a very delectable recipe and it tastes very good. And this is just something that I came up with a whim. Just wanted to try something new for my family, and I said, okay, so let's just wrap this around with this bacon, and we're going to season it up real good, and we're going to sear it in the pan, and we're going to make this taste very, very delicious. So you all just watch it to the very end and see what the ending results would be. And of course, we have us a quick little mukbang at the end, because we got to get Papa Bear in the kitchen so he can taste it. All right, y'all, so we are all complete with that, and now we're going to go into our seasoning portion. And again, you can use any season blend that you want. I choose to use my season blend that I have created. It's soon to be up and available for you all to try out as well, and I hope that I will have the support that I'm expecting from my sweets. Y'all, when I say this is going to taste so good, and like I said, make it your own. Put your own seasoning on there that you desire to have, right? But just use the method of cutting, slicing, cleaning, and wrapping that bacon around so that you can have yourself a very juicy tenderloin, okay? All right, so what we are using here, we're going to put some oregano across this meat. First, you see me using my season blend that I created, and which is like some paprika, a little cayenne, a little brown sugar added into it, and all of that extra. So again, like I said, we putting a little oregano on top, and I'm gonna season the back because we do eat on both sides, y'all. So we're going to season the front, season the back, and we're going to be ready to put that to the test in our pan so we can go ahead and sear it. All right, so make sure that your pan is at like a medium to high heat. Don't mind if you have a little char, because that's what we're looking for. A little char around the edges. Of course, you know, the bacon is going to cook a little bit faster than the actual tenderloin. So the tenderloin, we're going to look for a temperature, internal temperature of 145 degrees, because that will be at its full capacity of cook. You can take it out a little bit earlier than the 145 because we are going to also finish it in the oven to give it a little extra on top. Now you see how my pork chop decided to like come apart. Sometimes that happens, you know, but it's no big deal. And I try to give it a little char on the sides of the bacon, like try to crisp that bacon up, you know. But it didn't crisp like as if you are crisping a bacon, say bacon strips in the oven or on the stove. So because of the method that we are doing, wrapping it around the tenderloin, it's not giving off that crisp around the edges, you know what I mean? But you see how we have achieved a little char around the inner parts of the tenderloins, because you know, a little char, that's bringing out the extra flavor. You don't want to burn it, but you want to char it just a little bit. Just sear it just a little bit, and here's the end results that you see right here. And I'm putting it on a rack so that it can develop or sit for just a minute, and then I'm going to baste it with some garlic and butter, and then I put a little extra of my seasoning in the mix, and we're gonna just baste it around, and we're gonna put that into the oven for an extra 10 minutes or so, just to give it a little crisp on the top. So it's not so much as a crunch, but just a little crisp. I don't quite know how to explain that, but you know what I mean. When you put it in the oven and you see it comes like caramelization. That's the word. Thank you, Jesus. Caramelization. And we're going to put that in the oven, like I said, 10 minutes. And yes, we have used toothpicks. So when you get ready to serve your family, remove those toothpicks, because you don't want the toothpicks to get into their mouths the wrong way, especially children. All right, so here it is. We are done with our 10 minutes, and we're going to decorate our plate as best as we can. I decided to go with a little bit of my homemade barbecue sauce because we love barbecue. And so I'm going to put my meat as fancy as I can and put it on this plate so that we can enjoy in our indulgence. And we are going to say a prayer, and we are going to give you a piece as if Papa Bear would share. But if he doesn't, you know what to do. Leave your thoughts into the comment section and tell him next time sharing is caring, okay? All right, so we're going to end this video on a note that when I say keep God first in everything that you do, and know that when you do that, God is always on your side. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. And I know this for a fact because I'm a living testimony. So you guys, thank you all for watching me cook this meal, y'all. I thank you all for your love and kind and share and support. And I thank you for just being a part of my team, being a part of my family, my YouTube family. And again, I will see you all in the next video.